Here's a new SCP report, ma'am.
Thank you, Jeremy. I'll review it right away. Welcome to SCP Reports. I'm SR Hellsing. Today's SCP is SCP-085, hand-drawn Cassandra. This SCP was requested by a YouTuber called Thomas Hood. If you have an SCP, CreepyPasta, or pretty much anything else you would like me to read and draw, please let me know in the comments or send me an email at officialscpreports@gmail.com. SCP-085 is the result of an experiment conducted between SCP-067 and SCP-914. My own narrations to both of those SCPs can be found in the description. Using SCP-067, test subject 1101F drew a single female figure about 15 centimeters or 6 inches in height and 3.8 centimeters or 1.5 inch wide, in a summer dress with long hair pulled back into a ponytail with the name Cassandra written underneath. Dr. proposed using SCP-914 on various settings on images created by SCP-067. Using the fine setting, the Cassandra sketch was transmuted into her present form, a sentient black and white animated young woman drawn in clean strokes. Further attempts to duplicate this result have been unsuccessful. SCP-085 prefers to be called Cassy. She is completely sentient and, as of, aware of her 2D form and her limitations in a 3-dimensional world. Although her voice is inaudible, she has learned to communicate with SCP Foundation personnel through sign language and writing. SCP-085 may be communicated with by writing text on the paper she exists on. Personnel report that she is amicable and motivated, albeit lonely. SCP-085 can interact with any drawn object on the same page as if it were real. For example, she is able to wear drawn clothing, drive sketched cars, and drink painted beverages. Except for animals and people, any drawn object becomes animated when in contact with SCP-085, but immediately ceases and holds position once out of contact. Artwork initially depicted as in motion, such as ocean waves and swaying trees, animate to an equilibrium state and stay at rest until acted upon by SCP-085. SCP-085 has also demonstrated the ability to transfer from one sheet of image to another as long as the two are flush. In the event SCP-085 enters a picture that does not support drawn objects such as a repeating pattern, the picture is converted into a background image. SCP-085 perceives the picture as an endless plane of the image drawn upon it. At the present time, SCP-085 can only exist upon paper or canvas surfaces. SCP-085 cannot transfer onto photos, cardboard, glass, or parchment. When entering into other pieces of art, SCP-085 takes on the artistic style of her new environment, whether it be comic book, an oil painting, watercolor, or charcoal sketching. Note: in comic form, her voice is visible as thought, and voice bubbles around her head in typical comic fashion, and as she moves between the panels, the perspective and her relative size are altered appropriately. Document number 085-1. Introduction to several prints authored by M.C. Escher. Researcher: Cassandra, this is known as ascending and descending. What do you think? At this point, SCP walks a few times around the staircase. It's pretty, I guess. Would make a neat exercise track. Researcher: You see nothing inconsistent with the staircase? SCP-085: No, as far as I can tell it just loops around up-down all the time. Why don't more staircases do that? It's pretty neat. After this session, SCP requested several impossible objects in her own environment. These requests are pending O5 review. Document number 085-2, Incident 085-A. Prior to SCP-085 was unaware of its status as a 2-dimensional object in a 3-dimensional world. Prior security protocols required that SCP-085 be kept unaware of its true nature in order to prevent psychological distress. Discrepancies with the perceived real world were presented as dreams or nightmares, and an effort was made to present SCP-085 with a scenario in which it was the last surviving human in a post-apocalyptic world searching for survivors. The deception was quickly broken following an incident where an SCP Foundation researcher accidentally brought a hard copy of SCP-085's Special Containment Procedures report into the containment facility and allowed it to contact the artifact's current location. SCP-085 transferred onto the document before the researcher could remove it and was immediately made aware of its true nature. Because of the containment breach, several researchers advocated immediate destruction of the artifact. The decision was appealed to the O5 Council, in which a 2-2 decision advocated for SCP-085's continued existence. Since the revelation of her true nature, observers have noted that SCP-085 has begun to show signs of clinical depression. Psychotherapy has been proposed, but the nature of the artifact's state of existence may make it difficult. Some success has been had by providing SCP-085 tangible means to distract herself from her condition. In addition to the aforementioned optical illusions, SCP-085 expressed particular interest in a set of technical drawings for a 1964 Ford Mustang convertible, transferring the parts one by one to a more naturalistic artwork, then assembling the vehicle by hand over the period of a year, gasoline being provided through a Norman Rockwell print of a gas station attendant. Requests for further diversions of this nature are pending O5 level review and approval. So this is a girl, drawn by the artist pen. Once again, the narrations of both the artist pen and the clockworks are available in the description. The artist pen was used to create Cassandra. So at first she was just a normal drawing, because what the artist pen does is, like, if you hold it, it compulsively makes you draw something. So somebody held it. It was a D class. Drew Cassandra, and the only reason we know she's named Cassandra is because Cassandra is written in the corner of that piece of work. And then they took that drawing and they put it into SCP-914, which is the clockworks, which changes whatever object you put into it in various ways. But anyway, so they took that drawing and they put it into the clockworks, and it came out as Cassandra as we know she is now. An animate, almost a human. I mean, she's drawn as a human, so in a way she is. She seems to experience normal human emotions and such. But yeah, so she is a drawing of a lady who is animate, and she can go through different drawings, and she probably can talk, but humans, we can't hear her. And it also appears that she can't hear us. That's why we have to write whatever we're saying on her paper. And that's pretty much it. It's kind of sad, because, it seems like she would rather be a normal human and not a drawn but animate human. But there's not much really anybody can do about that, so at least she's found some means of being happy with distraction. Thank you for watching SCP Reports. I'm SR Hellsing. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Maybe request an SCP or creepypasta of your own. And I hope you'll watch my next video.